And while I do think my Friday shirts are professional, this one, it's not a Friday editorial. While you might primarily be a DBA or a developer or an administrator, well, and that's something else. Hi. Did you want to see what I was doing? Because I'm podcasting. Did we not talk about this last week? Podcasting means I'm busy. Alrighty then. Everything on? Everything on? I see lights, cameras, actions. I'm not sure I said that correctly. Let's take two. This is one of the few events it's not blah, 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 blah. I don't know why I'm doing this. Figure 8. Infinity. This never ends. 3, 2, 1, 0, blah, blah, blah. Take one. As wide as the SQL Server platform is, it seems that we have the need to use blah, 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 blah. It seems that more and more of us are actually working well is my new worst word. Oops, start. Now we got to shut down this real quick. Nothing's real quick on this phone, actually. I'm actually considering going to an Android phone. I got to get the music thing to work better and think about all the apps and stuff, but Well, you probably want me to have that on so you can hear me. Maybe you don't want to hear me. I don't know. Take 5. And give you one accurate place to get information, and give you one place to get accurate information. Da-da, dun, dun, dun. That's where we have the Law and Order soundtrack come in. Now, take 2. And that system is supposed to record, mortgage titles information, and it's supposed to... Take 5. We got to go to take 6. We've both done some, take 3. And, probably messed that up horribly, but... Jones is called MERS. I think that's how you pronounce it, MERS. I don't know. Take 2. I don't think I made a lot of mistakes there, but last time I thought that I had a whole load of stuff to fix in editing. And a good feedback look can... All right, new hat. Do developer deployment frustrations. Take 1. I put the mic in the middle and put me to the side. And we're going to lean back so you can see my shirt, which is very cool. And I better not make too many mistakes because I don't have the remote for the podcast. It seems that more and more, Now it seems that now. Always something here. All right. Kitty, you're in the way. Let's go back. Take 5. We submitted it, and I was surprised that. Well, let me just. I think I submitted. I don't know. Take 4. I don't know anything. There's some great ones out there. Grant Fritchie has one on query tuning. Blah, 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 blah. Way back when SQL Server MSD was released, and that's not even the correct way to say that, phrase it, something, talk. When SQL Server MSDE was released in the past, I shouldn't want to say in the past. What you really need is a teleprompter that works and an actor that can actually remember stuff. If you can add a one-switch replication to sync to standard enterprise SQL, I don't even know what I'm saying there. And we shall stop there because I messed up enough. I think there's a lot of noise upstairs. I think that, I think something. And I was surprised that it was actually accepted by the committee blah, blah. Tools like the blah, 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 blah. But in this particular blah, 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 blah. Welcome to the Voice of the DBA podcast. I'm Steve Jones. It's called Update Twice, Check Once. Or that's Check Twice, Update Once. Kitty, you're killing my mic, though. All right, here we go. Maybe not. What do you want? What do you want? Got my new hat. Yeah, Cowboys and Broncos, right? Got my new hat. Yeah, Cowboys and Broncos, right? And that means that you should do something else. I was reminded of this recently on, somewhere. As they had issues, but despite that, and despite the fact they were growing and doing that, howdy. I'm Steve Jones, voice of the DBA. Hi, welcome to the Voice of the DBA podcast. I don't know why I jumped. And we'll have to start over. Recently, I was listening to Mike and Mike on the radio on ESPN. Something. We got the Friday shirt. We got to do a poll. Got my Sequel Bits mug there. That's kind of cool, huh? Hopefully I'll be at Sequel Bits at some point here in the future. Now, it's not a 60-acre building, but, it's still large. Now, the phase one of I live out here in this 35-acre ranch, and it's definitely a lot of work keeping it up. It definitely, definitely. Kind of a short, sweet, quick, no-nonsense, bare-bones podcast. Got my glasses today. They look smart like Breno. Now. The lines between what is private and what is corporate are kind of blurring, even on our machines, not just in our lives. Well, I was way off there. I actually thought this was a great idea, and I think it's one of those things that, I thought it was a great idea for some reason. It does something. I don't know what it does, though. Times that people want to hire younger workers. Messed up right away. He's like, bam! So it's Friday. I've got the Friday shirt on, and I was curious how many of you might actually, there was a poll there. A solid monitoring plan, and buy-in from management is what you really need. I was reminded of this recently when I read a write-up from Simon Saban on his blog. I've linked that editorial, but he didn't examine, he provided a lesson. So the poll, how many times can you say SQL Server in one sentence? Oh God, I see. Oh. Golly. I haven't done a lot of this in code. There was one application, whatever. I feel like I'm kind of hunched down today. While infrastructure people tend to, something. I got to go back now because I forgot something. It's coming. And we're going to stop there. Stop. I got my remote. Lost my train of thought. Now, as an aside, it's a fantastic it is a plost. That's something I've we're done. If the optimizer took I don't know what I was saying there. I don't know what I was going to say because it went past me. There, rolled, teleprompter broke, Something happened. I'm hitting the teleprompter start-stop here. I got a remote now. Computers are cheap these days, and so is disks. I definitely could see value in having this test instance of SQL Server that just sent all day there. Just looked for optimal plans. Now, if I could just get Microsoft to build this into SQL Server, I'd, have something, I don't know. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hi, welcome to the Voice of the DBA podcast. I'm Steve Jones. It's called More Than SQL. The next few weeks, I'm actually, I'm doing something, but, whatever. Those of us that are speaking are, doing something. Now, I don't know what I want to say now there. And, there's other things to be said there. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for showing a can of soup on the podcast. While infrastructure people will, concern themselves with something. Well, infrastructure people will concern themselves about good network security, or well, not about, geez. All right, I'm going to go hatless for now because I don't know why. If I forget my hat, nobody will recognize me. This is called Social Engineering Dangers. And I've got to move my head a little bit. Now, it highlights that, well, you know, something. That's not what I want to do. I just broke something. To me, that highlights that, well, you know, I don't even want to say. To me, that definitely proves that old adage is true, that a chain is only as strong as golly, I can't talk. And so it means, well, you know, usually have that, let's go back. We usually have that, well, as well, and ensure that you're not, it just takes a little effort to, well, you know, golly, man, I don't even know what I'm saying. All right, another poll here today, Friday shirt. I love those Friday shirts. And so it means, well, you know, usually have that, let's go back. We usually have that, well, and ensure that you're not, it just takes a little effort to, well, you know, golly, man, I don't even know what I'm saying. How much data can actually be on a report? I mean, how much data can you display and do something? Because, you know, I don't know what I was going to say there. And I'm done there. Cool. All right. Hopefully everything is on. Yep. We've got, you know, a bunch of stuff here. Let's zoom in slightly so that we can try to remove some of the things that are in the way. Hopefully I can see this. Take one. I didn't really make any mistakes there, so I think, I don't know. I don't think anything really, I guess. Take one here today, no sequel. Maybe that was a good enough thing. I don't know. Take two. Actually, I got to say that differently. It's up to the, well, it's up to somebody to do something. And I got to see if I said it correctly. I did say it correctly. That's cool. It means I can stop. I'd be really disappointed in any architect that chooses something because, you know, well, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I would do actually there.